This dissection is a cow eye. Now, often the sample will come with a fair amount of muscle and fat surrounding the eye, and you have to remove that. You can see the pile over to the side. I've already done it because that part's boring to watch. We're going to start with what you can see. This particular eye is a little dried out inside. Yours might be strong and stiff and hold its shape on its own. I have to kind of squeeze this a little. So what you can see from the outside is the cornea. It's dark because it's clear, so the dark inside of the eye is showing through it. Around that, the sclera. On the back is the optic nerve. To get inside, my preferred method is to hold it against the tray and stick the scalpel down in. From there, you might find it easier to use scissors to go around. If your scissors have a blunt side, put that on the inside. You'll want to cut around parallel to the cornea. And that will open out, and you'll have the anterior and posterior sides of the eye. Now, I happened to do this in such a way that the vitreous humor went to the anterior. It fills the whole back of the eye. I'm just going to try to dump that out. This is the part that some people find gross, but you remember in Shrek when he says, "Squeeze the jelly from your eyes." That's it, the vitreous humor. I don't imagine it would be very good on toast, though. This lighter piece, which is hard, is the lens. And in some cases, that'll still be attached to the ciliary body. So I have to kind of scrape around it to get it out. This is a very nice lens. Okay, so it's round, smooth, hard, but it's thinner from the side. I'm going to go ahead and cut inside it. We might be able to see the protein layers in it a little bit. So the lens is solid all the way through. In the back here is the retina, is this yellow sheet. If I gently spread it, I should be able to get it a little bit back into position. It's torn and some of it went into the front half. Okay. The retina is delicate and it's not very strongly attached. If I peel it off, we'll find that there is one spot where it does stay attached. That's the optic disc. And if we look through, it's not easy to see because there's a little bit around it, but that's where the optic nerve connects. The black you can see here is the choroid coat. That has the blood vessels, and the reason it's black is it contains melanin. That makes sure the light stays in the eye instead of reflecting out and lets more of it hit the retina. This shiny part, humans do not have this, but a lot of other animals do. Cows, deer, you may have seen it. Your headlights reflecting on it. Cats and dogs. This is called either the tapetum fibrosum or tapetum lucidum. Both terms have been used. What that does is reflect the light inside the eye. What it happens is the light coming in hits the retina. Some of it activates photoreceptors, some of it passes through. It reflects back from the tapetum lucidum and hits the retina again. And that helps them see better at night because they have twice the chance of the light activating photoreceptors. And this spot here where the choroid was coming back a bit, we can see the inside of the sclera. On the anterior, let me see if I can get the rest of this vitreous humor out. The vitreous humor is very important. It helps hold the shape of the eye. As I said, this one's a bit dried out, and that's why it was collapsing. Okay, so you see here we have a bunch of radiating lines, and then we have another circle inside that. This outer part is the ciliary body. In the diagrams where you're looking at a sagittal section through an eye, you usually just see a little bit of the ciliary body at the top and the bottom. You might see kind of a scalloped edge going along the back, depending on how they've done the diagram. But most people don't tend to catch that and realize that the ciliary body is a complete circle, and it's what controls the lens. If this contracts, it gets smaller, and that actually reduces the tension on the lens and lets it thicken. And if I remember correctly, that changes your focus to something closer. So the default position is with the ciliary body relaxed and you're focused more at a distance. This inner circle is the iris. You can tell the difference by that line and because the probe will actually go between the iris and the cornea. The hole in the iris is the pupil. Notice that in the cow it's more of an oval. And from here you can actually see through the cornea a bit. And that's everything you need to know on an eye dissection.